on, but we're having to do 2 jobs again. So, yeah, I'm glad for the money, guys, but today was not easy. Okay, so I've been a bit of sage already. We're going to start off with Aries. In this session, I'm just going to have time to do Aries and Taurus, okay? Okay, so let's get some shuffles done. And we'll see what's going on for Taurus this week in the 3rd week of October 2025. Sorry I couldn't schedule the live, but I've had lots of things to do this evening that I didn't anticipate. Okay, so it's not really possible. I'm fitting things in where I can. Got an interview on Thursday, so yeah, that's just come out of nowhere. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this 3rd week of October 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aries is feeling, please. Aries, you're looking to offer emotion to someone, okay? So I don't know if that's love, in terms of, you know, you decided that you would like to love someone, or you are making some sort of apology. It's an expression of emotion. Hi, welcome into the chat. Sparsh. Hi, Teddy Man 443. First day with teenagers well, actually first day was on Friday. That was very tame compared to today. I was right in the thick of it today, guys. I've been right put through my paces. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Wands reversed. The 4 of Wands, when it's upright, is a really stable number, and it's the 1111 card. It signifies a very solid union, a public, you know, connection. Everyone knows about 2 people living together, 2 people being married. Super stable. 4 is a very stable number. The 4 legs to a chair, the 4 walls to a house. When you reverse it, it's unstable. Okay, it's unstable. So there's instability with regards to a connection. These are collective love readings by zodiac sign. I've posted in my community page testimonials from My 6 customers who are ecstatic with my readings say that they are spot on, so take a look. It's £18 for a personal reading, okay? If you're looking for a live Q&A, this isn't it. What I do is collective readings, so you watch your sign, or you watch the sign of your person, or both, and you follow the long-term narrative. This will answer your questions, okay? They are collective readings, so if you want a personal reading, and I'm going to stop saying 20 minutes because it's 40 minutes, all about you. Or if you would like a personal reading that's nothing to do with love and you're interested in career or health, if you're interested in finances, business decisions, whatever it is, a general reading, past, present, future, just to see what's significant in the next months ahead. That's up to you, okay? But it'll be a long one, like as long as these are, if it's a love reading, because I do this spread and you know it's your story, okay? You know it's your person. And you might get more specific details. The 10 of Wands reversed, the 8 of Pentacles upright, and the 9 of Cups reversed. See, the 10 of Wands, if that was upright, would be like being so stoic that we're seeing something through right the way to the end. Now, you have seen something through, Aries, but it's at a certain point you've decided that you're not going to keep on with the struggle. There's an intention for growth and expansion with the 8 of Pentacles. And then the 9 of Cups is all about being happy within oneself as an individual. Your cups being full, feeling satisfied, feeling contented, just as an individual. The 10 of Cups would be, you know, everyone in a family being happy. When 9's are reversed, it tends to suggest that something's making you unhappy or you don't wish to be single anymore. Okay, that single life is not doing it for you anymore. I do think that's perhaps what it is. Perhaps you do want to work on something and you're not going to fight it anymore. Because just thinking about what your last reading was, we've got the Page of Cups. And we've got this like lack of stability or lack of openness of a connection. I'm sure you're tired of doing things on your own, Aries. It's not satisfying you anymore. Yeah, support the channel. Give me a like. Chat with each other. It's nice. Distract me from my day. Right, let's get 3 cards for your person. I don't answer individual questions in these lives. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. So you just watch to see what comes out. They're love readings. If you want a live Q&A, I can't do those for another few months, okay, till I think I've got to have like 4,000 watch hours for them. I will be starting memberships though. So you'll be able to get like regular finance, career and education readings and health readings with the Native American Indian medicine wheel, as well as learning about tarot in a way that's methodical rather than just the cards as they come out in these readings, you know. We're probably on track for those by the end of this year. Ooh, okay, your person. No, this is really nice. We've got the 2 of Pentacles upright and the 6 of Cups upright. Look, Aries, you've got someone who views you as a soulmate. They could be a soulmate, okay? And you see like there's a 4-leaf clover here. This is very, very lucky. And the Six of Cups is building up years and years of lovely memories to make nostalgia. And the 2 is a number of balance. 6 is an even number. 1 pentacle, I think it's 1 ace from you and 1 ace from them. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. This is someone that wants to be in love and have a loving relationship. They're looking for a soulmate and they're looking for reciprocity, like teamwork, balance, duality. You're not understanding the point of this. Please don't shout at me. You're not understanding the purpose of a collective love reading. You don't spam questions about what's happening with you and expect me to answer them when I'm doing a love reading for many people. It's not the appropriate place. It's not pick a card and it's not a live Q&A. When I do those, and I'll do them as soon as I can, as soon as I get enough watch hours, you will need to pay for each question. I have a full-time teaching job and I don't work for free. I don't know anyone that does, so don't ask me to do that. These collective readings are free, which is fantastic. They're so detailed and they resonate for many people. But there's no way I'm going to sit and answer endless questions from people for free and then go to my other job tired. You have to pay for things that you want. You can't just expect people to work for free, okay? Okay, what landed upright on the floor was the 3 of Cups. Now, that is a third-party situation or a cause for celebration. 3 is a number of community. It's coming together. It's celebrating. In a love reading, it tends to signify someone that's being kept in a situationship. I don't know if it does signify that here because you're showing up as a page. And they're showing up as someone with the intention of reciprocity and a soulmate. So I don't feel like you're married. I feel like you're a single person and they're a single person. So maybe this is like a cause to celebrate. Maybe for once this card means something really nice. Let's see what else comes out there and it'll help us to understand. Hi guys, welcome into the chat. We're just kind of getting into the thick of it with the Aries reading. In this session, I'll be doing Aries and then I'll be doing Taurus and then I've got to go to bed. I'll do a couple of signs each night because I'm back working full-time teaching now. I'm running a little bit behind because I've had like a big interest, like a big increase in interest with personal readings. So do check out the community page. You can see people's testimonials. It's £18 for a private reading. The Magician reversed. No. What the hell? The Magician is... This is really a shame because the Magician is... When it's upright, it's the one that has all 4 aces. So they can literally manifest the life that they want or the dream or goal that they have. They can bring it into reality. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, you have clarity, you have motivation, passion, you have financial resources, and you have the emotional intelligence and the love, the self-love, the love for another. Like, you have what you need to make something work. This person doesn't have what they need to make something work. And it's a shame, because when you look at what they want balance, they want a soulmate, they want reciprocity. Maybe this is a third party situation. Maybe they feel they're having to share you with someone else, or a third priority. Maybe they don't feel like you're, putting this relationship in the public eye. Let's get 3 for the outcome. I know it's a lot of maybes because I'm not a fly on the wall, but I will figure this out. We'll clarify. We'll get messages from them. We'll figure it out. Oh, thanks, the loves. Thank you. I need them today. Coming up against teenagers en masse in a school that I don't know. They've had an absolute field day with me. Right, the Strength card, upright. So this is the major arcana for Leo. It's the first major arcana that we've got. So it's Leo energy, it's fire energy. It's a need to be emotionally strong, to tame the beast, to not lose our temper. When you're in that fiery energy, you can become angry, frustrated, aggressive, if things aren't going your way. All these, like, mountains, they remind me of when I used to fly over the Alps. It's so, like, rocky, isn't it, and just treacherous. These represent obstacles, and there's a need to kind of, like, tame our emotions as we overcome obstacles rather than losing control. So that's in the outcome. Let's get 2 more. Guys, the 6 of Wands is about victory, success, recognition. Now, that could be in career and stuff, but in love, victory, success, and recognition is being recognised by your person. Like, feeling like they're noticing you, they find you attractive, they make you feel good. Like, that's really nice. That is really nice. I'm happy to see that. I don't want to see a permanent storm. That's not cute. Someone wants full commitment from you, Aries. Like, they're not playing. They ain't playing. Oh, what's going on? Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups upright is, being in pursuit of the person that you feel you're falling in love with. It's Romeo and Juliet vibes. Like, I have to have Romeo. Juliet doesn't want anyone else, okay? Romeo doesn't want anyone other than Juliet. Like, they are completely love struck on one another. This is someone that is in their feels and they're not expressing that. I mean, you've got the Page of Cups, but you've got the 4 of Wands reversed, the 9 of Cups reversed, 8 of Pentacles upright. It's very mixed, like, energy. This person very clear what they want, and they don't feel like it's possible to achieve it. There's so much fire, like, everywhere. Fire and water. Wands and rain. It's just like, it's so like passionate and evocative. Let's get a message. I'm single, you're mine. Oh, they want to lock it down. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and not looking to get into a relationship at this time. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. How are we getting like two opposite? They're two completely opposite things. Did they pull you into a third party? But that's crazy because then we got Two of Pentacles and Six of Cups. What is this person on about? They got a split personality or what? They got a split personality, or is something obstructing them from having this situation with you, and then they don't want anyone else to have you? But who's not opening up to who here? This is a mad... Hi, welcome in. I hope you've had a good day so far. I'm really enjoying this. It's distracting me from my day. I'm fully back with teenagers, OMG, after 3 months. Teenagers that I don't know, okay? I'm back to square one in a new school. Patience. Some things still need to be dealt with for this connection to manifest. Yeah. It's like there's all of the emotions as if they're like the ingredients, you know, for a cake, but then we're missing, like, it's like we had no eggs in or something. It's just, there's all the sugar, you know, but we don't have the eggs, like, because with that magician, it's literally about tools. There's some sort of tool that we don't have, or we don't have the financial position, we don't have... They've certainly got emotions. They've certainly got emotions, but we need... They look like they want to give pentacles, but we need passion, motivation. We need swords, we need intelligence and strategy and research. It's all like emotion pouring out and swirling, and then there is pentacles involved. There's like, you want to build and they want to build, right? But we need a strategy, we need like foresight, we need planning, and we need communication, right? There is no sword here. There's not one card with swords. Let's get a message from them. We have passion, we know that we have passion, but that doesn't create stability. We need communication, we need strategy, planning. Let's get confessions from them. So they're very possessive over you. They're incredibly possessive over you, okay? Like they don't want anyone else to have you. Hi, welcome in. Oh, there's lots of people on, even though it's late. I don't feel like I'm good enough for you. Okay. So they could have stayed in a player energy, despite the fact that they, like, high-key obsess over, like, building with you. They want a soulmate out of this situation. They don't feel good enough for you somehow, okay? These are collective love readings by zodiac sign. We're on the sign of Aries. You can watch your sign or watch the sign of your person, or both. I don't mind people coming in and browsing to see what's what. That's fine. So why don't they feel like they're good enough? Mystical world, I like that. Ooh. False hope. Tries to sell you a pipe dream, no substance, evasive. This person got very low self-esteem. I don't know if they earn a low money or they've never made it this far into a commitment and they freak out the thought of letting you down or letting children that you have down. I have no idea, okay? Like, this person evades, like, leveling up, and yet they want to be in love with you and reciprocity and make many beautiful memories over the years with you. With that Six of Cups and that Two of Pentacles, they want a partnership. They want equal amounts of time, money, and energy being put into this, but something about them is like sabotaging this, like running away from it, making excuses, playing it down, making it all about sex. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's keep clarifying. They may breadcrumb you, but it's like they can't quite come up with the goods. Laid to rest, let go of lingering disputes and make peace together. Well, that looks like what you're going to do with the cup there, the Page of Cups. Fool's gamble, beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. Ooh. I don't like that. Maybe they're not good enough for you, you know, at this point in their life. Like, sometimes that's the situation, that's the case. You know, I've done it myself. You run around doing the most, you know, only getting in, like, dipping your toe in the water with people because you're not in any position to kind of offer yourself as a serious life partner towards them. Maybe not emotionally, maybe not financially. Can they step it up? Because, you know, they don't want anyone else to have you. They want to build the years with you. What's turned over there, or hasn't anything? No. Keeping a promise. They are in love. They are in love. They're already in love with you. This person's making me mad. They're making me mad. You feel like you're a soulmate. I've swapped the unspoken truth for this broken mirror. I never liked the graphics, but I actually really rate the cards themselves. So let's see what we get. Oh yes, avoidance. In hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. They know that they're not like leading this anywhere. You know what I mean? It's a path that like loops back round to square one. But it's because they either haven't got the capacity to offer you something, or this is like an inherent pattern of theirs, you know, from like childhood wounds or something like that. But they're really like in love with you. But I mean, that's no good if we're just going around in circles. Like, no communication, feeling guilty, and hiding. I don't feel like I'm good enough for you. Ooh. Well, when are we going to get communication? That's what I want to know. When are we going to get communication from this person, the one that's showing up for Aries? Very, very clear. Within a couple of days. Okay, so I don't know if they're going to give you like some honesty and clarity over how much they care about you, or if they're going to tell you, because look, that's being like concealed at the moment. If they're going to tell you like, look, when I get my ducks in a row, like I really want to, you know, or like I haven't got the finances right now, we're going to get some communication with regards to what is blocking this. Okay, because they definitely have been avoiding you. I feel bad for you, Aries, because I know what that feels like when people do that. It's so confusing and like leaves you with questions like, let's see if we can get any more clarification. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past to make memories. Oh, I never thought about that, you know. This could be someone from the past with that Six of Cups. I just took it as an intention because it was with the Two of Pentacles, but it could be a past person. Wow, I never thought about that. Not saying like you've had a full-blown relationship, but you definitely like have feelings for this person, if that's resonating. Like, you know, you could have known them for years, or it's never kind of got to a full-blown like exclusive relationship, but it was always like wild in the sack. Ooh. Right, what do we need next? I'm gonna see if I can get anything else for you. Love spell. You've been bewitched. They're completely in love with you. Like, you have some sort of memories with this person, but they are like someone that kind of like keeps themselves single, but they're like very possessive of you. Like, they don't want anyone to have you, and they don't feel like they're good at, like, I think you intimidate them with, like, you know how successful you are, Aries, because you are an emperor. You're very impressive. Like, you put a lot into your career, and you know, you got such fortitude, such backbone. You constantly put yourself into the fray, and you're constantly taking heat off, you know, large numbers of people, and you just come out like just absolutely like battle fatigued, but like ready for more. Like, I think this person has like such admiration for you, like, but I think they're like really intimidated. They don't like, they really don't think like they compare, but they do feel like a connection with you, and like they've definitely got history with you. I don't know, man. This is part of life, isn't it? We're like stocks and shares. What we're worth, or like what we view ourselves as, constantly changes. I don't think I've ever, like, from birth just thought I am the shit, or like I have loads of money, or I'm good enough for like the very best person. You go completely up and down. Like, it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? It's just, and that's like generalizing. You know, some people will always have like less confidence than what they should. Like, they don't view themselves as like everything that they should do. They don't see themselves the way that other people see them, or like they could have had a terrible, you know, start in life. And so, yeah, they're just like highly insecure. Um, Something my sister deals with is like equity, and she says like we're not all starting with the same equity, you know, depending on our backgrounds and like what our start in life was, um, what groups we belong to. Like, it's everyone's starting from a different place, and but it's, your value goes so up and down, like it really does. Like, if you think about your looks, you know, I was like shy and overweight when I was like in high school. I was so introverted, painfully shy, and then like, you know, you blossom, don't you, like early 20s, and then your stocks go up. And it's like, um just like, you can rock at like any age, but you can also have like years where you just don't feel good about yourself, or like, it's not always to do with your career, but I do think that makes, certainly with men as well, like how we like view ourselves and our status and everything. Like, it's so changes all the time. Can change by the hour. Um but I don't want to make too many excuses for this person, because you can have all the lovely thoughts and like you can admire people, but sometimes like you aren't good enough for people. And maybe, you know, if you're just gonna play around, maybe you're never gonna be good enough, and you need to like let them have someone that you know they deserve, that isn't gonna string them along. Like, you're gonna, if you want to hear from this person, Aries, you're gonna hear from them in the next few days, okay? Like the next day or two. It's up to you. You're allowed to, you know, you're allowed to date who you want. I'm just having a look to see if there's anything else. I think it's time for advice, actually. But I do feel like I've got the measure of this person. Let's get some sacred geometry. Realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. That's interesting, you know, because I feel like this person experiences delight when they think of you, but it's like to be so possessive, to be like, I'm single, but you are mine, and I don't care if it's toxic. That doesn't really suggest that someone is realizing their full potential, you know, like in life. It feels like a very insecure person. I feel like there's a kind of duality in that as well. Like, I don't know if you're... I think you could have given this person a bit too much leeway, but like let them waste your time for a bit too long, you know? Maybe there's a lack of self-esteem on your side, and you know, it might not be career, it might be like what you look like or some other aspect, but becoming aware of our heart-centered truth. The external process becoming our highest expression in this world. I would hope that you make this person want to be a better version of themselves, but who knows if that's what they're going to do. I don't know if I see that. I would need to see that in the next reading. I'd be looking for 8 of Pentacles on their side. I'd be looking for 7 of Wands on their side. You know, like a fighting for you, like 9 of Wands. I'd be looking for the 3 of Pentacles, like cooperation, teamwork. I'd be looking for Page of Pentacles, you know, like looking to invest. I'd be looking for Ace of Swords, like these are the things I want to see in the next reading, and if I don't see it, then I'm not gonna like encourage you to go towards this person, because what I'm not getting is like much change with them. Like they know they haven't got it. They know they haven't got it to be with you. They don't measure up. Not who they are now. Abundance. The chalice overflows with potential. Drink from it and prosper. You are like so high value, Aries, and you're going to be fine. Like whatever, you know, whatever life throws at you, you are like the emperor. Do you know what I mean? Big style. You were like assumed royalty, you know, from creation, from like the day dot. You were royalty. You were born with a crown, you know. Not because everything's been easy for you, but you are a go-getter and you create an empire for yourself. I'm like burning up tonight. I'm so boiling hot. I need to plug the phone in because the battery is about to go. The Celestial Bridge. Yeah, let's plug this in now. I love these. Like, this is a new Oracle deck, this one. This one. It's called Celestial Readings Oracle cards. The Celestial Bridge. Cross the bridge of transformation. The universe is guiding you to your higher self. Wow. We've got stuff like realization, being guided to your higher self. I'm sure you had higher self twice. Delight, abundance. It's like, look, abundance twice. Your cup overflows with blessings. Receive the divine abundance meant for you, the celestial chalice. There's a lot of like strong messages here about realization, abundance, realize how abundant you are. The Star Weaver, you are weaving your destiny, trust in the patterns that you are creating. I think there's like so much like still for you to explore. It feels like you're just crossing through like the first, like a garden gate into the secret garden, and it weaves and you can't see everything and it's so fun to explore it. Like, you're just getting through that first gate. Like, I'm not going to say that you're not allowed to do what you want with this person. You can do whatever you like. You can have fun. You can like, take your time, but you've got so much ahead of you. You just do not ever need to worry. You don't need to worry. Like, there's so much waiting for you. You're absolutely blessed. And I think it's like this love out there. It's just endless. It's like all around you. Like, love opportunities are going to come like one after the other. This is very apparent to me, and it's you're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to like try being with different people. That's the beauty of choice. That's the beauty of life. We don't have people that are labeled like number one, number two, and like that's what you're gonna do next. Well, that's who you're going to marry next. Like, this is the joy of life, like drink from the cup. You'll hear from your person in a couple of days, if you want to. If they're your boo and you like you like those after midnight calls, like that is your business. We all enjoy that from time to time. But you don't need to worry, like there's people queuing up, the celestial queue is like very long and winding. Like, you have got options, baby. Like, they're not like, it's not lateral, do you know what I mean? It's like throughout the years you're gonna have like more and more love encounters. I think I'm explaining it in the right way. But yeah, in a couple of days you'll hear from this person if you like. Okay, let's get you a good fortune card and an angel number. Do you like my shards of amethyst? I think these are so sick. A wish upon a star will soon come true. Ooh, something you've been asking for and manifesting. You can manifest by just thinking about what you want, but I would ask out loud. I wouldn't leave it like to just your inward thoughts, because I think it's very healthy to say out loud, this is what I want. It's like a nice expression, outward flow of energy. Ask the angels, say, like, this is what I would really like, please, can you make it so? You can do that every day of your life if you want to. There's not like a limit. You don't have to wait till you see 11:11, but if you do see 11:11 on the clock or on the computer monitor or in the car, my God, like, put your wish in, put your order in. The universe is throwing you a bone, like, specifically you. One five, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way, so keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. So absolutely, like, green light, have fun, do whatever it is that you feel like. You're not just here to work. No one is on this planet just to work. An emperor has to have downtime. An emperor has to get up to all sorts and enjoy, breaking out of, like, sensible mood. You've got to have fun. You have got to have fun. Okay, so if this person very fun, get involved with them. But you're, like, moving mountains and you're making big moves and, like, you're allowed to have fun while you do it. Well, I want you to know you've got lots of love opportunities. Like, every year of your life, you're going to have love opportunities, okay? Okay, take care. If you liked this reading, please give it a like. Share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. Check out the testimonials from the private readings that I've been doing. I've had a very nice weekend. I asked people if they would mind, like, doing testimonials, and I was blown away, like, very emotional. Just the feedback before asking them to do a testimonial, it just blows my mind, like, how accurate the readings have come out, because I never know when I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh, I hope it comes out, like, it resonates, and they're like, oh, I can't believe it. It's very exciting for me to, like, get that confirmation and keep progressing and keep strengthening my skills. And I feel like I've really unlocked, like, new levels, of, like, confidence within myself with tarot since doing all these personal readings and getting such good feedback. So if you are considering treating yourself to a reading, they're only £18, which is very reasonable for a 40-minute reading. They're going longer than that, to be honest, because I just get really invested in them. But you can connect with me through my email, jen3585@gmail.com, or you can private message on TikTok or IG if you're interested in a reading. The turnaround time is 24 hours. Which is great because I'm a smaller channel. If you're a bigger channel, there's no way you could do that, I don't think. I'm going to have to open a window. I don't know why I'm so hot tonight. I do not know why. might put my hair up as well, actually. I can't see. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're going to do the Taurus reading. Let's see what comes out for Taurus for the 3rd week of October 2025. Interesting times for Taurians at the moment, you know. I keep wondering between feeling blessed and excited and then feeling terrified and like I can't trust this situation. I definitely like craving security in love right now. I want assurance. I want assurance, I want insurance. I want romance. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in this 3rd week of October 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling first of all, please. Okay, not cool. What the hell? So we've got the 6 of Cups reversed. That's kind of what I was saying there, isn't it? The 6 of Cups reversed with the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so Taurus is craving these cards to be the right way up. Okay, we want lasting generational wealth. We want to put 2 incomes together and have that security of knowing that we're building a future with someone. We want the 6 of Cups. We want our soulmate. We're done with players. We're done with time wasters and people that are hot, you know. But they're Mr. Right Now, aren't they? Or they're Mrs. Right Now. Like, I want my person. It's been a while, guys, since I'm my person. Like, you feel like at the moment, Taurus, like you haven't got this. So let's see what else comes out. Why am I so boiling hot? Ugh. The King of Wands. The King of Wands reversed. So, the King of Wands upright is an interesting energy for you, Taurus, because you're an earth sign, okay? So you're a Pentacles person. With the King of Wands, this is all about ego. This is all about ambition, self-motivation, you know, being high energy, high bravado, and creating goals and going for them and being arrogant about it, you know, like pushing people out the way. I think you're really lacking like self-esteem and confidence at the moment in terms of like your finances, your career, your like self-image. Like, you're not feeling like a go-getter, you're not feeling like secure in terms of ego, you know, status. you may feel weakened, you may feel stuck. I mean, look, I didn't work for the last 6 weeks, and there's nothing I could do about it, and now my DBS has arrived today, and I've suddenly got work coming out my ears, and I asked the universe to make the channel successful. I got loads of personal inquiries for readings, so I'm not saying this is you all the time. I'm saying in the 3rd week of October, you may feel like, or last week, you may have felt like, you haven't got shit going on. It's not even the reality either. It could be, things that are outside of your control are kind of giving you the perception that you're stuck. But it's actually like we need the cogs to turn, like we need external realities to shift and change. And sometimes that involves waiting, but you perceive it as like, because you're the bull and you are like, if you think about like a yak or something like that's like really muscular and strong, and you like to be hard working and you like to keep, chipping away at stuff and shifting that heavy load, and you will like graft relentlessly, to the point of exhaustion. And then when you're not getting results, you're like, well, that's not fair. How's that fair? But, in terms of like opportunities, preparation meets opportunity. You're prepared, you are prepared, but you've got to sometimes wait for that opportunity, haven't you? Who've explained that right? It's difficult to wait, because that means like sitting still or doing this and believing that something's going to come in, and when it hasn't come in for a while, like, huh? What's that about, Yeah, like strength reversed. So this is feeling like, we're starting to get a bit emotional, get a bit panicky. Maybe you're looking at your bank account and you're thinking, I don't like how this feels. I've not felt like this for a while. It's not comfortable. It doesn't seem, like stuff's happening for me. It doesn't feel right. So you could have like lost your nerve a bit or got a bit worried or panicky when it comes to your success just lately. Let's see how your person's coming out. I'm sorry if you're feeling like that, Taurus. You're not alone. What is going on here? Your person has got heartbreak with the 3 of Swords. Then they've got the Ace of Wands. Then they've got the 5 of Pentacles. Then they've got the 6 of Swords. Then they've got the Hierophant reversed. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, that's like depressive energy, because someone is literally brokenhearted over you. And then there's this rebirth, and it's like, we couldn't be happier, couldn't be more excited. The 5 of Pentacles is like a lack mentality, so I don't know. Well, it doesn't have to be a mentality. It could be the situation. They could be lacking money themselves, or they could feel like they've been put out in the cold again by you, Taurus, or they could feel like that by other people. Maybe they're feeling down generally. This card in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck is 2 paupers outside a church, and it's all snowy and cold. And there's a beautiful coloured stained glass window, and inside there's a light on, and it's people that need salvation. It's people that really need charity. They really need help. The Six of Swords is leaving past baggage behind. This is like emotions, communication. It's water under the bridge, okay? Like we're sailing away from it and we're going towards the future. See, that's kind of closure. But the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant, when it's upright, is it's the major arcana for Taurus, and it's the teacher. It's someone who's learned all their lessons and they're now wise. Okay, it's someone that enjoys to tell others about their harsh experiences and the way that they've suffered, because they don't want other people to suffer the same, experiences. They weren't nice, they weren't comfortable. So this is no longer the student, they're the teacher. But when it's reversed, someone's worried that they're not being wise. Do you see like how it's like negative, positive, negative, positive, negative? The emotions are like really up and down, and the way that they're seeing something's really up and down. So these are collective readings, so you come in and you watch it and it should resonate generally. But if you want a personal reading and you want to know like this is my person, this is me, and this is like when I'm gonna hear from them again and all that, like definite like situation, it's £18 and you can email me. My email is jen3585@gmail.com. You can private message me on TikTok or IG. It's all 7 chakras tarot, so you can find me. The turnaround time is 24 hours, and if it's a love reading, it'll be like a good 40 minutes. So £18 for like almost an hour is pretty good, and it's your story. Okay, I've got very good feedback on my community page. I've got client testimonials. But to be honest, I watch collective readings. I probably buy personal readings a couple of times a year. Most of the time, collective readings resonate. So watch their sign, watch your sign. I'll start doing live Q&As, but they would be called a live Q&A, and they would just be people asking questions, and they would have paid like £10 per question or something. It's never free, because you're just asking someone to wait for free otherwise. And they would never be interrupting a collective reading. There will be a separate live, and it will be called live Q&A. This is like a watch and listen, and you can chat if you want to. So they have got the King of Cups reversed. The King of Cups upright is someone who's patient, understanding, caring, forgiving. That water is pooling around his feet because it's so calm. It's not rapid, it's not crashing waves. It's calm, And so that represents the emotions of the King of Cups. Even if this person's under stress, because all people, are under stress, they kind of exude calm. Okay, they'll be like a duck, so their feet will be going beneath the surface of the water, but you would never know it to look at them, because this person prefers to take the stress and absorb it and only emit like positive vibes, that is heavy work doing that. I go into schools and I smile at everyone, and most people don't smile back. And then over time it changes. But to start with, when you're doing that, sometimes you feel like a bit of a mug, don't you? Because you're like, I'm giving lots of my like heart to people, and I'm giving a lot of my sunshine to people, and it's kind of just getting wasted. And some people will say, well, don't smile then, like just keep that for yourself, keep that energy level like up by not doing that. And I'm like, but that's not my personality. Do you know what I mean? So this person, they're not in that King of Cups like vibe anymore. They haven't got those reserves to do that. They can't afford that kindness to people. There's been too much drama, too much heartache, too much water under the bridge, you know. I think they're going to keep their feelings close to them and shut that heart chakra down a little bit because they can't afford it. Interesting. Oh, is that resonating, Michael? Hi, Rio. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I haven't got like... I haven't been scrolling through, but it's a lot of people trying to push to get their own questions answered. Okay, that's not what it's for. The Seven of Cups reversed. Okay. The Seven of Cups, when it's upright, is a blank canvas. It's when we're at a crossroads and we are thinking, what picture do I want for myself? What am I going to paint as my future? What does that look like? What does my happiness look like going forwards? And it's really like a genuine kind of question that you stood as an artist in front of a canvas and you're like, what does my happiness look like? You know? Sometimes people do that from within a marriage or a relationship and they're sitting thinking like, what does my happiness look like? You know? When it's reversed, so it's being at a crossroads in your life, when it's reversed, it's crossing over from daydreaming into like fantasy and delusion because we're spending so much time doing that. And that's generally because the reality isn't comfortable. Like our current situation is not nice. Things are not sorted. There are not conclusions to stuff. There are not answers. There is not a way to fix everything right now. You know, financial obligations or obstacles, legal obligations or obstacles, emotional, you know, barriers, like whatever it is that's in the way, there could be lots of things. It's not going to be easily solved. So I'm going to spend lots of my time thinking about what I do want life to look like, you know, like in the next year or when things have improved, like circumstances have improved, this is what I want my life to look like. Okay, so they're spending a lot of time in that sort of like fantasy state. Let's get 3 for the outcome. I mean, that is a coping mechanism as well, isn't it? Because you're trying to sort of visualize what you want things to be like so you can then create goals and create steps to reaching those goals and keep your kind of like vibration up. So it's, I think they're in a period of trying to be resilient when perhaps it feels like everything's shitty. Okay. So we've got a combination of the Knight of Swords reversed, the Wheel of Fortune upright, and the Two of Pentacles reversed. In terms of balance and reciprocity, the wheel is turning upright. That wheel being upright is that's upright, okay? It's not affected by these ones that are reversed. The wheel's upright, okay? So the universe has got our back. There has been a lack of reciprocity and balance and duality. The Knight of Swords reversed is someone who's got something they really want to get off their chest and they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Let's get a couple more for the outcome. So in the outcome, someone really wants to get something off their chest and they feel like this is an opportune time. The universe is like, starting to remove obstacles and where we haven't had stability and balance and reciprocity, we could be moving towards that potentially. They're not individual readings, they're collective readings by zodiac sign. So we are in the middle of Taurus. I think what a lot of people might be looking for is a live question and answer session, and this isn't it, and it doesn't say it in the title. The Fool reversed, okay? So the Fool upright is Aries energy, and that is someone who's ready to take a leap of faith. See, that 0 is a reset. And this is someone who's just like, oh my God, everything's going to go so well. And they're like fooling themselves. They're about to jump off a ledge. And it could be fine. It could be fine. But it could be not fine. Okay, but they're prepared to take their chances. Now, with that reverse, this person's not prepared to take their chances. The Tower reversed. What strange energy. The Tower upright, it's more Aries energy. We've got a lot of Aries energy here, a lot of fire. And we've got pentacles and we've got cups. We've got some swords. There's like a good mixture of energy, to be honest with you. But it's like such a period of uncertainty for you both, like as individuals. And so how can you feel secure together when everything's so turbulent for you as individuals right now? The Tower, when it's upright, it's major change. It's destruction of existing situations. So that could be, things that can get pulled down, or, if your work tells you that you're losing your job, that is a Tower moment. If someone tells you they're leaving you, that's a Tower moment. If, a Tower doesn't always have to be bad, but it's life-changing. So you could find out that you're pregnant, and that would be like, your life's not going to be the same again, is it? And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but you're not going to be the person that you were before you had a baby. Everything changes. So yes, there are examples of towers. Towers do have to fall, okay? Because what replaces a tower is something superior, something improved, something with a better, stronger structure is put in the place of the crumbling tower, the tower that's like ready to fall. This is a tower that needs to fall, and when it's reversed, we're not allowing it. We're not allowing it. What this says to me is like, if you're playing a game of poker, what's it called when you don't? Is it like when you stick or you stay, or you like, you're not willing to put another card on the table, you're not willing to gamble, is it? I feel like people cannot gamble when they can't afford it emotionally. Maybe they can't afford it financially. So it's like, this is creating stagnancy. Okay, it's fear because the things are literally insecure, like in a practical sense, in an emotional sense. One causes the other. So, you know, if you don't know what's going on with your finances, if you've been hurt in the past and you haven't got any guarantee from the other person that it's going to be all right, no one can guarantee that as well. Like, if your individual situations are not the best, maybe this is okay, this energy, maybe it just is a reflection of like how things are at the moment. I'm just having a look to see what you're showing up as. You're showing up as a king. Okay, so masculine energy. They're showing up as a king, masculine energy, but you're both feeling weak at the moment. So I feel like that is very indicative of this entire reading. You're both feeling weak at the moment. I'm going to call it that. Let's get messages from them. Let me scribble that down. Where's my pencil? Probably haven't got my pencil now. There it is. You're both feeling weak at the moment. That's Taurus. And Aries was... Okay, let's get messages from them. It could be, you know, it doesn't mean that you're not in contact. These are no contact cards, but I personally think they're just really good for them giving you a message when they're not actually talking. This is what they would say, or this is what they're thinking. I don't take it as like, oh, you haven't spoken to them for months or anything like that. People can be around you without really opening up, can't they? Oh my God, look. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. There's immediate financial, like, you know, danger. So it's a necessity to focus on that and only that really at the moment. So, you know, when you're trying to rebalance finances, you got, you know, hideous outgoings and not enough coming in. Everything has to go on that. That is how we feel safe and secure in 2025 in a civilized human world. We have to have good finances, and if we don't, it's not like, oh, they're not perfect. It's like, this is critical. I'm at a situation, I'm at a set of circumstances that are really not financially favorable, and I'm bleeding money. I'm hemorrhaging money like there's no tomorrow. So I need to figure this out. Okay, so honestly, like, that could be going on both sides. It doesn't have to be, but when you think about the chakras, okay, I'm going to turn this around, because your root chakra, you know, we're not often running from danger, but your fight or flight system, your emergency system responds when you don't have your finances, and they're actually really, really terrible. You get very tense, you know, because you don't feel secure. You could lose the roof over your head. You could lose your car, your assets. You could lose your job if you can't focus and work. maybe trying to find a job or, move into a different field or something. So, that it's like, until that's really sorted, you're not going to be moving on to the sacral chakra where you're all like in your feels and ready to like put eggs in a nest, because your nest is under threat, isn't it? Does that make sense? One chakra leads on to the next. Okay, and that's what brings out confidence, and then an open heart chakra, and that's when we talk about our feelings and we're able to forgive and be all like, high vibrational, and then we get our spirituality and wisdom and everything and trust in the universe. This is situation critical, okay? And it could be on both sides. So just, I think it's like going to be a little bit of a waiting game, You can't just stoically like pull all the weight along and then get frustrated that things haven't changed right now, because external circumstances have to, opportunity meets preparation. You've done your preparation, Taurus, like Crosswatch has done their preparation, but we've got to now wait for the opportunities to come along, okay? What's the nature of this connection? Free yourself. You don't need to be in control. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. Is that not what I've just been saying? We can't control life 100% of the time. You've done what you're in control of, okay? We now need to ask the universe to make it so. We need to think about what it was and is that we want, and then we need to trust that it's going to be okay, It's not a live Q&A, so I don't know why you're putting questions in the chat. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, meaning I do the reading and you guys watch it and you see if it resonates. And you can watch the sign of your person and see if that resonates, but you don't put your questions in the chat, okay? That's why I'm not answering you, because that's not what this session is, and it's not called a live Q&A, so I don't know anyone's doing that. I'm obsessed with your body. What do you want? Right, okay. This person very, very passionate about you. They love your sex. They love what you look like, okay? No qualms with that. Very, very passionate about you, Taurus. What do you want for? So they're wondering if you want something stable. Remember that 4 is the most stable number in tarot, and the 4 of Wands is marriage, living together. So this person's wondering when their financial situation improves, if it needs to, when your financial situation improves, if it needs to, when they're both like better, what is it that you want? Like, are you looking to be in an exclusive relationship? Are you looking to, put 3 pentacles in and they put 3 pentacles in, or 5 pentacles in and 5 pentacles in? Like, are we going to become the 10 of pentacles? Are we going to be exclusive? Are we going to, do you know what I mean? They're like, what is it that you want? Because they don't know. Let's get confessions from them. We've got a lot of confessions here. Oh, Taurus. Taurus, you are the only one I see. Okay, that's what you're piercing. Look at this. Look. I'm obsessed with your body. You're the only one that I see. What do you want? I'm focused on my career and finances. So we've got that twice, okay, from 2 different decks. They have to focus on that. If they drop the ball, then it could be disaster. It could be loss of car, loss of house, breakdown of connections with family or, work. So they have to focus on that. Ooh, your intelligence is so hot. I like it. They like your body, but they like your mind as well. I need to heal my inner child wounds. Okay. I am thinking about reaching out. Okay, so if they're not speaking with you much at the moment, they will do. I think time apart is best for us right now. Oh. I'm scared of getting hurt, so I act like I don't care. They may at times create distance, okay? Because they're not in their positive masculine energy, and neither are you. So that can do that, proud, egotistical, confident, arrogant, high status. They're not in that vibe and you're not, so you are wifey husband material. That's cute. Okay, so this is what they think about when they're daydreaming and fantasizing. I told you that they're not in a space where their circumstances can allow for this right now, and you might not be, but they spend a lot of time fantasizing about a future and they don't know what you want. They love your body, they love your intelligence. There isn't anyone else that they're thinking about, but sometimes they create space between the two of you. They have to focus on money. There's some sort of critical situation with money. We've got obsessed twice. They're obsessed, Taurus, I think you're very funny. You think you're really funny. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. Okay, if someone makes themselves a bit distant, you might want to call them out on it, but you may also want to look at all of this. You may also want to allow it and just, because really, if you call them out on it, can they really fix everything right now? They can't. Are they under a lot of pressure? Yeah. Are you in a great position at the moment? Maybe not. Are you under a lot of pressure? Yeah. I think it's going to be a feel it out. And just whatever you feel like you need to say it, okay? But I wouldn't be. I'm sorry for being so toxic. So they did say they had inner child wounds, and they can be toxic at times. They're aware that they do that. You're going to have to use your discernment. Your independence is sexy. I feel like you can see right through me. They know that you're onto them. They can't really hide from you. They can't hide from you, okay? You call them out on their shit, and you are intuitive, you are an empath, you are very sensitive to other people and what they're going through. So if they're creating space, maybe it's because they feel a bit ashamed or they don't feel proud. Do you know what I mean? They want like a bit of dignity, Taurus. And you might be like, I don't care, or like, but I'm in the same boat or whatever, but they want some dignity. People like to sort things out and then come back. Like the Emperor, they like to come back. Like the King of Wands upright, they like to come back. Like the King of Pentacles upright, the King of Cups upright. They don't want to be reversed. They don't want to be like a shit version of themselves and be like, and this is who I am. Do you know what I mean? And it goes the same for you, but I find that I kind of look at love as if like, well, that should be enduring and everything else is always going to change anyway. Your finances are going to constantly be up and down. You're going to have good periods with money, bad periods of money. You have periods where you're doing 2 jobs or 1 job or unemployed. And I've always been that kind of like romantic that's like, but love would be continuing anyway. But perhaps if this is like early on in a connection, or this is just this personality, they don't feel proud of like how things are at the moment. So you need to let them have their dignity. Okay. You being nice to them might make them feel worse, not better. I don't know. They like how independent you are. They see you as successful. They see you as someone that knows how to be happy outside of love. Okay, you've got like a connection with the divine. You've got great friends. You've got so many like hobbies and like cultural like injections, from this way and that way, and you express yourself and you're so free. Like you know how to be comfortable, but you can also get it together, like what you look like. You're wifey material in this person's eyes, but they have some sort of critical financial situation to deal with. And that causes them to create some kind of distance. So if you've been calling someone out for that, I think what if something they're doing makes you really unhappy, you are gonna have to communicate that. Because it is being called toxic behavior, and toxic is, that kills relationships, doesn't it? So if it's unreasonable, you're gonna have to call them out on it. But it wouldn't be reasonable to expect someone to be in a good mood all the time, or it wouldn't be reasonable to like expect certain things when finances are critical. But there's certain things that you require to feel cared for, or certain things that you need to maintain a healthy relationship. And so, I've said to my person, I need regular communication. I can't have you disappearing on me, because that creates emotional instability, and then that creates me not being able to focus on work and stuff like this. Like, I don't need the drama. I need like stability, and it doesn't cost you anything to like communicate with me. Um, how much space is too much. This was too much. Like what this person did was too much, so I told them, and they've been really good since. So, interestingly, a lot of the Taurus readings have been about boundaries, and making sure that you just communicate your needs. If you think something's become toxic, if it's unreasonable, communicate it. But this person, like, oh my god, like you got half the deck For feelings, there's half a deck here, and the only one that's negative is time apart, and that might be part of their toxic behaviour because they're embarrassed about how things are right now. But they love your independence, they love how funny you are, they love that your husband or wifey material, they love your body, they're obsessed with you, there's no one else. They love your intelligence, like, come on, like, this person's like, they've got that for, haven't they, like, what is it that you want, you know, because they're cooking it up for you. I'm going to try to. What's this childhood wounds and, like, toxic patterns of behaviour? Okay, they've got a secret past. Skeletons in the closet, not telling the whole story. So something that happened in the past with this person affects how they respond to situations they're not comfortable with now. So, like, with career and finances, their kind of, like, coping mechanism is to, like, evade or run away, or, like, you know, like a wounded animal takes itself under, like, a van and, you know, it thinks it's going to die or something. It's that kind of, there's some sort of, like, response and, like, pattern of behaviour that this person doesn't think know that it's toxic. They're quite aware of it. Whirlwind, don't get caught up in the drama, choose peace. I don't want to get these the wrong way around. Refreshed romance, cleanse past sorrows, be charmed anew, and embrace the joy of a fling. See, they're trying to, like, they could have had a lot of drama in the past as well. They've got some sort of secret past where there was a lot of drama, and they really love, like, your energy, and, like, your presence makes them feel really happy. They're enjoying, like, you know, the pleasures of seeing you and being, like, physical with you. They really enjoy that. Legacies, rebirth, honor history's remains to restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. It's someone that you could have been off and on with, quite a lot. Controlling, power struggles lead to being manipulative. So in the past, they've been in, like, a very controlling relationship. So this could be a relationship, you know, with the person they have loved previously, or it could be family, like a parent or something, but they felt like they were, like, in a very controlled environment. Masked realities, beyond posing facades and cover-ups, dare to unveil the truth hidden beneath. See, they often put on, like, a front of, like, how they want everyone to see them. And so when you hide, it's because you don't want people to see you the way that you are, like, right now, okay? So it's not that there's anyone else, and it's not that they're not sure about you, Taurus, if they start doing their funny business. Which is good. Wow. I'm not sure. That's a very angry message that's being hidden. If you put anything aggressive in the chat, even if it's not aimed at me, it'll just hide it because it's that's just how it is. Did I get a card then? Keeping a promise, falling apart, falling into pieces. That's interesting that they came out together. I think in this person's past, they were incredibly loyal and it didn't work out for them. It didn't work out for them to be like that, but I don't think that's like a block here. Because like they obviously already love you. Like, look at all this shit here. Like, it's that's overwhelming. Do you know what I mean? It speaks for itself. It's like, just know that this person has had a failed, relationship where they were very much dedicated to it, and so they have been hurt. They have lived a life. Soul contract, soulmate, partnership, spiritual union. What else do I need to get you? More clarification. Why does this person do these escape behaviors, like running away, hiding, toxic behaviors? Engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. There could have been a completion of a soul contract with someone else. Both receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Yeah, so they're closing out something with it's a full-on soul contract of someone from the past. This could be what's affecting finances as well. They may sometimes need time to grieve that, or whatever transition or changes they're going through could be very, very major, and so they don't want to be around others all of the time, because that's part of your hermit work. It's part of your isolation, where you get to kind of look inward and process everything. People need space to do that. They need some time, some space to do that. We've got they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Confession. Someone has something to tell you. Ooh. So, yeah, you may be getting a significant kind of communication from them when they proper open up about stuff. Maybe they'll tell you some of this. And so you'll be able to understand a bit more, Taurus. Let's get you some advice. We've got Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Okay, so if you start to feel like alone or distanced and like removed from a situation, just remember that you're not, you're like 100% in it. Okay, it's like sacred geometry. You're one of the dots, in that like pattern that is continuous. It has no beginning has no end. It's all interconnected in every direction. So, don't feel like you're cutting loose or like you've been cut loose, like an astronaut where they're like drifting out into space, like away from where they're supposed to be. That's not the reality, okay? That's like fear and anxiety. It's perception. Empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. And like a very similar message, very, very nice actually. See, when you reframe it, you realize that like actually you're in a really good position. You're in a better position than what you see yourself. Miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source and therefore our belief that anything is possible. I mean, that's really nice. I'm going to leave them in a heart shape. The universe giving you a big hug and a squeeze. You are not alone, okay? Not at all. Remember that in the flower of life, that sacred geometry, that pattern that has no beginning and no end, that's how money flows around. So with the cross watcher and with this, with you, sorry, if there's financial difficulty, money comes, money goes, and money comes back again. Okay, so I've already started to see that happen for me. It's very, very difficult to stay positive there, isn't it? Like, very, very difficult, but energy flows. Energy is not created, nor is it destroyed. Money is energy. Love is energy, okay? This person has so much love for you. So much love for you. But sometimes they need space because that's one of their patterns, because they don't want to be a wounded animal in front of people. Does that make sense? But you've got to also pull them up if it's got toxic and you're like, hang on a minute, that's way out of like what I would view as a healthy relationship. You've got to like call them out on it when you need to, okay? Thanks for the loves. Did I do this one? I don't know if I did. Serenity. Find serenity in nature's embrace. Nature is your sanctuary. Okay. Yeah. I've been thinking about going for a wellies walk actually, because it's a beautiful time of year. It could be a challenge now that I'm working again, but at least I would say at the minimum at the weekends I need to be getting out. I need to be getting out in the woods and getting all like Mother Earth. I think that's good advice for the cross watcher as well. Okay, retreat into nature, be at one, get yourself grounded. Don't let all, it's tough times, right? But that's why you need to like consciously get yourself outdoors and get all wrapped up and stuff. Get your hot chocolate or your mulled wine or, your apple cider, like your hot coffee, whatever it is that you vibe with. You don't need any of that, to be honest, but just to be wrapped up outdoors, listening to bird songs, seeing the sun streaming between the trees, the leaves, listening to the breeze, like, seeing animals all being busy and productive. Seeing like a calm environment, being immersed in that reality is really going to help you through all of this, like, craziness. Uncertainty, should we say, like uncertainty and oh dear, I am so sorry. Right, where are we up to? I need to get you a good luck card. Hang on a minute. Did I do this one? I don't know if I did the broken mirror one. I know this isn't advice, but like, I don't think I did it. It's clarification. Oh, sick and tired cycles over it, decision made. That dog looks exhausted, looks fed up. Yeah, you don't have to be in control of everything. Just let it go and let it flow. Okay. They were part of the cards that clarified that person's past, by the way. So there was some sort of cycle that was very difficult and repetitive, and they've made a final decision about it. Okay, if they are closing something out, they're so over it. The magic within you is growing stronger. Use it wisely. You could be a psychic or someone intuitive, or you could just be really good at reading people, you know, like people that you care about. Sometimes you can read what someone's going through and use that as a way to sort of like give them a bit of leeway, cut them a bit of slack, you know, rather than like pull them up on stuff. Or obviously, if it gets to a point where it's not healthy and it's like toxic behavior, you can have a go, but you can also like, you got to decide how to use your intuition and your sort of like powers of your Claire powers, you know. A wish upon a star will soon come true. Something you've asked for is going to be brought into fruition, which is really nice. Oops. Eclipsed truth. Hidden truths are being revealed to you. Embrace the clarity that follows. Yeah, I think that's to do with, I think you're learning stuff about yourself. But I think this person's going to tell you, they're going to confide in like a bit more about their past or their patterns of behavior or what's going on with them now. There's going to be like a bit more of an outpouring of like honesty or vulnerability. So sort of like knowing how difficult that is for them, that's kind of indicative of how much, you know, they care about you. Oh, cute. 7777 perseverance. Change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever is taking over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road that you want. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Nice. Okay, yeah. So it's like we're going to steady the helm. We're going to keep going, okay, through the storm. Very, very like in-depth messages, but really, really potent, important ones. Get yourselves out in nature, okay? Get grounded. Steady yourself, you know? And enjoy like how much this person like holds for you, okay? Right, take care, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. The other signs will be done over the next few days. I'm back working full time as a high school teacher, and I have an interview on Thursday as well. So it's very, very hectic. So I'm just going to spread out, the signs throughout the week. Have a lovely rest of your evening or day wherever you are.